Just imagine for a second, a journey so powerful it could wipe your slate completely clean. I mean, returning you to a state of pure innocence like a newborn. Well, that incredible promise, that's what's at the very heart of the Hajj pilgrimage.
Yep, that journey is the Hajj. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into how this pilgrimage promises so much more than just forgiveness. We're talking about a complete, total renewal of the self.
And this powerful statement from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, just perfectly captures the essence of it all. It tells us it's not just about, visiting a place. It's about returning to a state of spiritual purity. And that promise, that clean slate, that's the ultimate goal for every single person who makes this journey.
But to really get how such a profound transformation is even possible, we've got to start with the basics, the foundation. So what is Hajj exactly, and who's actually called to make this incredible journey?
Okay, so at its core, Hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It's a pilgrimage to the holy city of Makkah in Saudi Arabia that's obligatory. But, and this is a huge but, there's a crucial condition. It's only for those who are able to do it.
So before the rituals even kick off, a pilgrim has to enter this sacred state called Ihram. Now, Ihram is 2 things at once. It's a state of mind, right? One of purity, of devotion. But for men, it's also a physical uniform. Just 2 simple, white, unstitched pieces of cloth. And this simple outfit, wow, it's such a powerful equalizer. It just erases all the outward signs of wealth and status, and it unites every single person in humility before God.
And that whole condition of being able, it's actually really specific. The obligation kicks in if you're a Muslim who is of sound mind and body. You can physically handle the trip. And this is critical, you have to be able to afford it without putting your family into debt. Oh, and having a safe route to get there, that's also a must.
All right, so once a pilgrim has met all those conditions and they've entered the state of Ihram, that's when the real core of the experience begins. So let's walk through the key rites of this incredible journey step by step.
So the Hajj itself unfolds over several days, and it's a series of really profound rites. It all starts with entering that sacred state of Ihram. Then, the journey hits its spiritual peak at a place called Arafah. This is a super powerful day of prayer and reflection. After that, there are symbolic acts, like the stoning ritual, followed by circling the sacred Kaaba, which is called Tawaf. And finally, the whole thing wraps up with one last farewell circling before you leave Makkah.
Now you have to imagine you're doing all of these intricate rituals alongside literally millions of other people. So that takes a whole lot of focus and intention. To help make sure the Hajj is done correctly and, hopefully, accepted, let's go over some practical wisdom for the journey.
Okay, here's a really common mistake. Remember those 2 white sheets for men we talked about? Well, once you're in this state of Ihram, any other stitched clothing, we're talking regular shirts, pants, anything like that, is a no-go. It's forbidden.
And the fix is super simple, but also really profound. You just stick to the 2 prescribed unstitched cloths. By doing that, you're reinforcing that state of absolute equality and humility.
All right, another key part of the Ihram is leaving behind all those worldly adornments, and that includes any kind of scent. We're talking perfumes, colognes, even scented soaps and deodorants. And you can imagine, out of pure habit, this is a very easy mistake to make.
And again, the fix is pretty straightforward. The moment you enter Ihram, you just have to be really conscious about avoiding all scented products. It's all about maintaining that sacred state of purity.
Okay, now we've got to talk about the single most critical element of the entire pilgrimage. It's called the stand at Arafah. It happens on a specific day, the 9th of Zulhijjah, and it is the absolute cornerstone of the Hajj. No Arafah, no Hajj.
And the consequence here is, it's severe. If you miss being at Arafah on that day, your entire Hajj is invalid. It just doesn't count. There's no fix, no makeup for it, other than to come back and do it all over again in a future year. And that is why planning your travel meticulously is so important.
Okay, so we've covered some of the practical how-tos and what to avoid. Let's circle back to the spiritual why. I mean, what's the ultimate purpose? What's the reward for taking on such a massive journey?
Well, this divine command comes directly from the Quran, and what it does is establish the Hajj as more than just a ritual. It's a personal duty, something owed to God by every single person who is able to find a way to get there.
So, what's the reward for fulfilling this duty with a sincere heart? It's not wealth, it's not status, it's something infinitely greater. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, made it crystal clear. There is only one reward for an accepted Hajj,
and that is Jannah, paradise.
But you might be wondering, what about the billions of Muslims who aren't performing Hajj in any given year? Well, the beautiful thing about these holy days is that there are ways for absolutely everyone to participate, even from far away.
Yeah, you can connect deeply with the spirit of Hajj from anywhere on the planet. For example, on that same day the pilgrims are standing at Arafah, everyone else is encouraged to fast. And that act is said to forgive the sins of 2 whole years. You can also take part in the Qurbani, the ritual sacrifice, and share the meat with the poor. And honestly, even just watching the live broadcast of the Tawaf can be a really powerful spiritual experience, especially as you plan and save up for your own future journey.
Okay, let's bring all of this together with one final thought to reflect on. And this is for everyone, whether you're planning for Hajj one day or you're participating from home this year.
At the end of the day, Hajj is a journey of sacrifice. You're sacrificing your time, your wealth, your comfort, even your ego. So, the real question for all of us is, what will you sacrifice? Maybe it's a bad habit you've been wanting to kick. Maybe it's some of your time or your money. What's that one step, big or small, that you're going to take to prepare for this ultimate journey of renewal?